Hello, everybody. My name is Gregory. I am the Dragon King. Welcome to Dragon King 72 Media, L.L.C. on my YouTube channel, which is what you're watching. And this is the Dragon's Den, okay? I am going to give you guys an unpopular opinion. It is your unpopular opinion, not mine. Because I'm going to tell it like it is. On May the 1st, I saw a snippet of Chris Brown's new Fallen song, Fallen video. And I liked it. But there's a reason why. Because it was giving me something that most of you cannot recollect in your mind. Probably. So on May the 2nd, May the 1st, I saw the snippet. May the 2nd, I saw the whole thing. And I saw the epilogue, the prologue, the video, and the epilogue, which is the ending. And for those of you that don't know what all that means, I just gave you the definite. The prologue is the story set up before the video, like when Tank and Chris Brown were in the back of the truck and it gave you Virginia 1952, right? And then the epilogue is when the little boy comes up and asks, he says, "Mr. Brown, can I take a picture with you?" For those of you that have seen it, that is the end of it. That is the epilogue. The episode has ended, right? So, when I saw the full thing on May the 2nd, the Fallen video, the new music video and song by Chris Brown. And mind you, Chris Brown and Usher are going on tour. Usher and Chris Brown are going on tour because, he came before. So here's the thing. I love the video. There wasn't any foul language. There wasn't, the women were sexy but not over sexualized. The men were masculine but not overly masculine where it's like unwatchable, and cursing and all of, none of that. It was that era, of music, of Jim Crow. It was given all that, but there is another movie where black men are in back of the truck in that same kind of setup where Chris right here, Tank on this side, and the guitarist and the singer. I can't think of what that movie is, but if I do, I'll make a part 2. But we are not going to pretend that it didn't have a sinner's vibe, especially when they were driving down the road and they saw Kayla Nicole's character, the former ex of Travis Kelce. Or the ex, I don't know why I said former girlfriend. And she had on these angel wings, dark, with a fallen angel, whatever you want to call it. I'm not Christian, but I know what the deal is. Beautiful red dress. There was some debate about her, him finally having a darker skinned woman in his videos, but whatever. We already, I've talked about, you all have talked about it. Ain't gonna change, so get over it. Definitely not now with his fourth baby mama, so he's got a pad on, whatever. So the video shows Usher. Usher is up there. We know it's Usher, but he got these two beautiful dark-skinned women on by his side, which I love, by the way. I love Usher, I like his style and all that stuff. And he is of my generation. He's 40, he'll be 48 this year. I just turned 54, so he's definitely my generation. So that will be the only reason I will go to see him. Because he is a part of my generation and I like his music. So the video, Usher is introducing Chris Brown, but there's something mysterious about Usher on that stage. We know it's him. We know, but we can't see his eyes. We can't see. And that we know what it's giving. We know what the whole juke joint is giving. It's giving Sinners ass, and that's okay because Sinners was a great movie. you know, even I had to, I was compelled to go watch it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so it is what it is there. So that was a great thing. But I was like, okay, I see what y'all doing. I ain't mad at it though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, play off of the, can we go here? You gotta play off of the energy. You know what I'm saying? Sinners is a great movie, so why not play off the energy, right? And so that's what they're doing. And I was like, okay, this is a nice vibe. Like I said, the women were dressed nice in the Fallen video. And if I ruined it for those who haven't seen it, well, you know, don't watch this video. I should have said that in the beginning, but I don't give a shit. It's my YouTube channel. And, but I'm going to tell you this, though. Usher was looking good. Chris Brown eventually came out. You're not going to tell me ever that Chris Brown has more swag and charisma than Usher Raymond. It's just not for to happen, baby. It's not for to happen. It's not for to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's no way. In that video, I saw the two of them. Usher wasn't even doing nothing. Basically just being, he was the MC for the night, so to speak. And he had more swagger in what he was doing, just standing there being the MC in the video, his character, than Chris Brown did dancing and performing. I'm sorry. That's just what it's given. And horrible streets. So what I noticed was, you know, when I heard the video the first time and I heard it the second time with the epilogue, with the prologue and epilogue added to it, the full movie as it were, and I believe there's going to be a part 2, and here's why. And I'll get to why, but when I heard and saw that video, I saw nothing but Usher Raymond. I heard nothing but Usher. I saw nothing. I heard Usher voice. Chris Brown may have been a performer, but if this were actually a vampire movie or some scary ass type of movie, then Chris Brown was paying homage to Usher. Because all I heard and saw was Usher. Chris was doing all the moving and dancing, but baby, that was an Usher movie. That was an Usher movie, Usher music video all fucking day long. All day long. You know. That song, that video, that whole conceptual, that was out of Chris Brown's league. The song, the vibe, all I heard and saw was the beautiful essence of Usher Raymond and his voice. That's all I heard. And maybe that was what it was. Because I believe that there's going to be a part 2. And then maybe in the part 2, maybe Usher will be performing with Chris Brown as to show him, you know, kind of like that, passing the torch, if you will. You know, maybe that should be part 2. I mean, after all, they are going on tour with each other. So that would make perfect sense to me. Perfect sense to me. If Usher were to, you know, kind of meet up with Chris in part 2 and, you know, he teach him, you know, he show him some moves. And then, you know, after that, Usher goes somewhere off into the fog, you know what I'm saying? Give him a wink, maybe give him a little smile, give him that kind of, you know, almost like a, you know, there was what is the name of that movie? What is that name of the movie? There was a movie, I forgot what it is. I'm going to give y'all part 2, but there's a movie where the guy who played Karate Kid, he was a guitarist and he had to perform for the devil in order to save his older black friends, get his soul back. And the devil had his guitar players who he was going to compete with. And I'm just, damn, I don't know what that fucking song is, but I'm going to give y'all a part 2 because I believe there's going to be a part 2 because Usher they should perform together in the part 2. And, you know, Usher should be like, you know, Usher be like the mystical, sensei, if you will. If y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Usher teaches Chris, hey, this, you want to do this, you want to do that, and then he disappears into the night. You know what I'm saying? Because, that type of thing. But I believe that's what happened. But like I said, if you believe in that type of thing, then what it was given was Usher had the character Usher played in the music video possessed Chris Brown's body before he got to that stage. And I think that is a plausible thing because, as great as Chris Brown's talent is and his voice, that whole video was given true essence of Usher Raymond, his class, his swagger, and all that. So, like I said, if there's a part 2, Usher's character will be the one teaching him and, guiding him on so he can carry it on. It's almost like he's being reincarnated through him. And they should do a whole kind of like magic, reincarnation, passing the torch type thing. Like I said, with Usher at the end, going off into the fog of the distance and saying, letting them know, hey, now it's your turn. You got this. Make me proud. And, Chris Brown does his thing throughout history and all that shit, right? That's how I would do it if I was directing that part 2, because it definitely needs to be a part 2 to that song. And I think we gonna get it. And the part 2 should be Usher's song, but have Chris Brown in it. And like I said, be in the sensei form. But that's what it is. But like I said, that was a whole Usher Raymond song. Chris Brown was just, I don't know. I think the song and the video and the whole vibe was out of his league. I think maybe the song was probably meant for Usher, but Chris Brown thought he could take it on. That was an Usher Raymond song. It was a video, and I totally could see Usher doing that whole video, not just on the stand, on the stage, MCing in the juke joint, just the whole damn video, because that's what it was really given. But the way Usher's character was set up, Usher was the legend. Chris Brown was the icon at least at the juke joint as far as the storyline, and then eventually with Usher's character teaching him with the magic of the dance, and he had it. But again, the concept was it was giving Usher's character's energy possessing the body of Chris Brown characters and doing the performance, probably unbeknownst to Chris Brown's character. You know what I'm saying? That's because he still wants to do the dance. He still wants to be a part of the dancing, the spiritual world, but at the same time be in this world because he loved dance. The character loved the dance. Usher character was given spiritual deity in the juke joint. That's what it was given. It was given spiritual deity. And why he can't necessarily be in the physical world unless it's in the juke joint. And he, what better way than to have the juke joints or the country's the best dancer, and he possessed his body and he started fucking dancing. That's the theory. You know what I'm saying? So I believe there's gonna be a part 2. But like I said, in this part 1, that whole video was Usher Raymond. It was disguised as a Chris Brown song and a video, but it was totally Usher Raymond. That's just my opinion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friend, your frenemies, your step parents, the step parents you don't like, your nosy ass neighbor. Just like, subscribe, and share. Peace out.